Hurry up.
All right, boys. We are going trad, traditional archery since 1931. I ordered this off of threeriversarchery.com. I gotta say, exceptional service. I ordered it yesterday and it came today. 1 day delivery. Really impressed with that. I was very disappointed in my pro shop. I know MFJJ Josh Jones wants us to support our local shops, and I do want to do that, but I ordered this same bow back in June, beginning of June. It's been over 2 months, and they didn't update me on why it was taking so long. They said it would take 3 to 4 weeks. And then when I called the guy, he hadn't even looked into it, the archery shop manager, and so I ended up calling the bow company, and they didn't know anything about it. So he called the bow company and realized that they hadn't even shipped it. And to me, that's just sloppy customer service, guys. I'm not going to support a shop like that. At least in ordering a bow, I'm not going to be supporting a shop like that. Now I'll buy, equipment, broadheads, arrows, etc. But I'm not going to be ordering anything from a shop like that. That's just unacceptable. So we need archery shops like Spokane Valley and Nashville North Archery and Average Jack Archery, Lancaster, that are, the bow rack, that are reliable and have good customer service. And if that means the other businesses go out of business, then so be it. But hopefully those businesses will, start other bow shops with their good customer service line and gotta replace these. No, that's just me venting. But this is our new bow. We are going trad. Now you might ask, why are we going trad? Well, we got to test everything. We're after the best penetrating arrow out there. And I want to go trad because I believe that a trad bow, from the research I've done, I've actually gleaned information from Crossbow Expert YouTube channel, Death by Bungee. You guys can YouTube Death by Bungee. He's got a lot of good information just on crossbows, but I think you can apply the same kind of science and concepts to vertical bows. There's not too much of a gap there. And from what he had been researching, and he is interviewing bow specialists, and they're saying that recurve bows, or trad bows in general, even recurve crossbows, have the ability and propensity to propel heavier arrows. They're more forgiving in a variation of arrow, whether it be different kind of fletches, different kind of shaft diameters, and different kind of weights, broadheads, etc. And even more so with a vertical bow, traditional bow, recurve or longbow. So that's what I want. I want to be able to shoot whatever kind of arrow I want out of this, even if it's a metal arrow, carbon arrow, wooden arrow, small diameter, large diameter, heavy, light, lighter spine, heavier spine. I want the most forgiveness in that category, and a traditional bow is going to give you that. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up, see what we got. So shout out to Three Rivers Archery. They excellent customer service over in Indiana, but excellent. Okay. By the way, I just got done watching Cam Haines' new Bush Dragon 3. Incredible footage there. He got 2 8-foot black bears, which I guess is a world record. I didn't know that. I thought 8-foot black bears was fairly common, but I guess it's very rare. Like hardly anyone's even shot an 8-foot black bear, let alone 2 in the same weeks. So shout out to, go follow Cam Haines' page. It's just Cam Haines' YouTube channel, but he's doing a really good thing there, advancing this sport of bow hunting to the broad public. I wasn't, if I could mention a con, if anything, it would be, I don't think he was shooting a very heavy arrow, much less a very small diameter broadhead, because the penetration on the first barrel was pretty terrible, but you know, he killed it, so hats off to him. He's using the Carnivore, I believe, with the Easton 5.0. Totally just, he got it stuck in the guts, which is surprising. You'd think it would pass through that, but the other bear he killed though was a complete pass through. Finger tab. Yes, I decided to go with finger tab. I have a glove, so I could do a glove, but man, I tried a finger tab at the pro shop and I just really fell in love with it. I like the simple design, and it just, that split finger, it felt more natural. So this is a nice finger tab from Three Rivers. All right, guys, let's see what we got. Hoyt Traditional Archery since 1931. Yes, indeed, we did get a Hoyt bow because, I mean, I've shot PSC and I've shot APA, and PSC is definitely better than APA, but I want to go Hoyt because I want that durability. I want that max durability. And from what I've researched, man, they just build the toughest bows on the market. So you can even go over to MFJJ's Podium Archer, check out his video he did where he tested the durability of a Hoyt being dry fired and the durability of a Matthews bow, compound bow being dry fired. And the Hoyt took like 11 shots, was still going. Matthews failed in like the second or first shot. So it is what it is. I mean, as accurate as you want, but if your bow fails, I mean, what good is that? Did get another string because, you know, why not? 2 is 1, right? Get some Allen keys. Take that over here. It's like some merch. And we'll see, you know, like after time shooting a trap bow, we'll see if we go back to the compound bow or if I stick with trad, but got some really good decals here from Hoyt. Check those out. Like those. And it looks like we got 2 of these. Maybe. Let's see. Keychain lanyard thing. Says, get serious, get Hoyt. Hoyt Archery. And I do think there's some truth to that. If you want a serious bow, I go with the Hoyt just based on what I've seen with their durability. Seems a little bit on the top-notch side of things. Okay. And here's our rest options for the bow. We'll get into those in a sec. Ooh, some nice velvet. Some kind of material there. I'm not sure if that's like some kind of hide, cowhide or something. Feels like it. All right, boys, let's open her up. See what we got. Wow, it's pretty nice. Okay, if you haven't figured it out already, we did go with the Hoyt Satori. The Hoyt Satori, we do like them. We want the most durable recurve bow out there. And I don't want to go with wood. I don't know. My first recurve, I want it to last forever, and I feel like metal is just going to outlast wood, especially in the weather. Our friend SG Holmes, he got a Hoyt, I think last year or something, a Satori, and the thing is pretty sick, so check it out. He went with the ILF Eucala limbs. Wow, this looks like skis kind of, but you can check those out. Pretty thick, huh? Pretty cool. They said you can bend these, but I'm not getting any bending out of this. Those are stiff. Shows you. It's 65 pounds and they're the medium size. 65-pound limbs. So look at that, made in the USA. Gotta appreciate that too. 65-pound limbs. You might think, wow, that's crazy. Your first trad bow. Well, I've shot a 40-pound trad bow, and it was pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And I shoot 80 pounds my compound bow, and I've shot 100 pounds and 90 pounds consistently over the years. I feel like 65 pounds. Yeah, sure, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be a lot, even with the recurve bow. But I just want those options. If it becomes too much or whatnot over the years, these are ILF bows, so they have a little notch here and they're easy to replace. I could swap these out and get 40-pound limbs just as easily, so, and just save the 65s, you know, for whenever. So eventually I'll have all sorts of limbs, different weights. This is a really nice case that those limbs come in. Hoyt Archery, beautiful, looks really great. Okay, look at this, guys. So I got the medium limbs. This is a 21-inch riser. 21-inch riser. And this is cut past center. So you're probably not gonna be able to see it, but there is a faint line right here. And that line goes right up to about here where the edge of my fingernail is. So we have more room to play before we go. So that's nice. Over center. So it's definitely a center cut riser, which is great. That allows us to we could use a stiffer arrow than normal if need be, because we don't need to flex around the riser. If the riser was traditional, it would be, you know, solid or cut just a 1/4 inch in, and you need a softer spined arrow to, when you shoot, for that arrow to flex around the riser and remain straight. So that's nice. That gives us options to shoot heavy, stiff objects if we want, which we do. 21-inch riser, aluminum. It just feels great. This is an incredible rubber grip. See that? Right-handed, obviously, or you use it with the left hand because it's right-hand pull. All right, so you go with a stringer just because 65 pounds, that might be a little bit rough trying to string manually. Clay Hayes has an interesting video on his YouTube channel that shows 3 different ways to string a bow, and a lot of them you can do just with your legs and your arms, but your hips. But I just, I don't want to risk anything. So we did get the Hoyt Pro Stringer. Can't tell you how good it feels to finally get this. I waited over 2 months, had to cancel my order, get a refund, order from 3 Rivers literally in 1 day. Got what I was waiting for. Oh, it feels amazing. Pretty straightforward. This is the this end attaches to the bottom limb. This goes over the top. Should be able to string it up pretty good. Okay, so we're going to take our top limb. So put the middle notch in the groove, like such. Okay. Goes in there, in front of that bolt in the front. Okay, and you just take it out if you want to change it or whatever. Okay, it's locked in pretty good. And then we do the bottom limb. can see that. Same thing. Locked in pretty good. That's pretty, there it is on the ground, so that's pretty tall. One extra 4 inches for 66, but that's, I'm glad I didn't get the 66. I don't know if that would be, might be too much. Wow, this is a beautiful bow, guys. I mean, really excited to use this thing. Let's string her up, shall we? Made in the USA. Love this color, black and brown, that's cool. Pretty cool. Top limb, big loop. Okay. That's what we're doing. Top limb, big loop. Gonna put that smaller loop right there in the bottom limb. We got the big loop on the top limb. Okay. We'll be taking our Hoyt stringer next. Okay, Hoyt stringer. Got a grippy webbing side. And this side goes over the limb, so I think this side goes over first. Small side, grippy side goes facing the target. Okay. Small side over the bottom limb. Like such. Alright, so we should just be able to put our foot down. Carry.
Almost there. Okay, got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Nice. Man, I could not do that by myself. That was crazy. Good thing I got this thing. Oh, look at that.
Looks good.
Wow. Should be in the groove. Yeah. What do you think? I said to pluck it a couple inches. And
Can
it'll
I,
settle the limbs.
Hold it.
Wow.
Like this?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
man.
really cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like the feel of that.
Mm-hmm.
I like how simple it is. That's
Yeah.
nice. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, his other boat in it.
This is
But that's his new one. Isn't that cool?
pretty cool, my newbies.
Go.
All right, there she is. Wow. Incredible. Now we're in the string groove. Let me see this. Get better lighting here. So our string is sitting on that groove. That's what we want. String groove on both sides. Yes, sir. I love those notches. I mean, those are pretty durable. They ain't gonna come out, that's for sure. We'll get the hang of it. Especially when firing the arrows out of it. There she is. All right, so we have the quiver on the bow now. I just took my compound bow quiver off, and the Hoyt manufacturers put two holes in the riser right here that you can just attach, just screw in the receiver for your quiver, and super easy. I just had to make sure it was parallel to the string and not sticking out of the front of the riser, and voila. I mean, it's an easy switch. This is the tight spot quiver. Really impressed with this quiver. It holds 4 mil, 5 mil, or 6 mil, and you just have to use the Allen keys to unscrew these bolts or tighten them if it's a larger or smaller diameter, respectively. So, also, because this clip here used for the easy detach, I just stick my finger tab on there, so my finger tab's ready to go. It's kind of like a trad bow release aid, if you will. So I have my knock point here, which I was able to just use floss. I just used some floss twine. You can see that right there. And I measured it with a ruler. I didn't have an arrow square, so it's not gonna be probably as precise, but it's good enough. We're gonna go ahead and put on our strike plate that comes with the Satori Recurve, and we'll be using this calf skin to go on top, and then we'll have some more calf skin to go on the arrow rest to keep it from scuffing up the arrows of the riser. And they give you additional slips that you can put on your strike plate if you need to get that center shot adjusted for different diameter arrows, so that's nice. They do have a, on the Satori riser, they do have a screw and hole right here for stabilizer, but I really, I've been shooting for 5 years now consistently, and I just haven't had no use for stabilizer. Teach their own. In my opinion, I find it just useless. It's just added weight. I'd rather put that weight in a quiver with arrows, heavier arrows, whatever. Just not in the stabilizer. I just feel like it just makes it more, your bow more awkward, or more oblong, just bulkier. It's just unnecessary weight in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get the strike plate up, shall we? Go ahead and take off the quiver. So there definitely is a way to do this. You don't want to be putting it in. That's the way it goes. You can see how it's flush with the curve of the rest there. If we just take this out, put it this way, clearly there's a gap and it hangs out of the riser a little bit. Just don't do it that way. So we've got that there. We're going to go ahead and screw it on. Now it does come with these little screws. I'm not sure what those go to. I'm assuming they go in these little holes here, but I'm not sure exactly why they're there. So this is our screw for our rest, so clearly that's the right diameter. So we'll go ahead and screw that on real quick. There's our strike plate. So hopefully that gives us more of a center shot. For the center shot, we're going to follow right down this, the middle of this limb bolt here. It's going to go right down there, and as you can see, that strike plate is going to keep us center. So without that strike plate, we're actually over center shot. We're probably a 1/4 inch past center shot, which is awesome that Recurve trad bow has that ability. From what I've researched, trad bows are usually less than center cut, so they're usually cut like a 1/4 inch, like Like that's your amount of space on the riser. You can see that instead of that minus that. So really happy about that because that allows you to shoot stiffer arrows as if you're shooting them out of a compound bow, which has got a full center rest shot. Guys, another thing that's really nice is the Hoyt Satori Recurve bow case from Hoyt. Makes a perfect little little stand, if you will, little rest to work on your bow, so you're not like scratching it unnecessarily. I like that, just being able to lay it flat and can tinker with it, knowing that's not getting scratched on any surface, rough surfaces. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. Not sure what this moleskin it comes with is for. Anyone in the comments knows, just drop it down below. I'm curious. I'm just not sure. It's an odd shape and I don't know how that would fit on the rest here. Let's go ahead and put our calfskin on. Want to make sure the hair is going with the arrow being shot, not against it. Wow, that is nice, guys. Really nice, smooth calfskin, or calf hair there. Nice and flush. You know, maybe this sits right here. I just don't know where that would go. Maybe it fits there. You take off that strike plate. I'm not sure. We'll pocket it down. We'll save it later. I mean, it's a cool design. Time will tell how long that's going to last. That calf hair seems like it's going to fray pretty quick, but we'll see. Let's put an arrow through it and see how we're looking on center shot. See if it's lined up with those two limb bolts right in that little crease. Go ahead and look at that. Kind of hard to see in the light there. Oh, it looks pretty center. I'd say it's pretty center. So I'm shooting split, not 3 under. I didn't really set up the tiller. You're supposed to technically have like a 1/2 inch greater distance between the limb bolt, the limb pocket, and the top of the string from the bottom limb pocket and the bottom part of the string. If you're doing 3 under, you want a greater variance down here. If you're doing split finger, you want a greater variance here. And I believe that we are exactly even here. It's about 6 3/4 and 6 3/4. This one might be a hair higher, which is in our favor because we're doing split finger. And our brace height looks to be about 8 inches. A little less than 8 inches. Call her 7 3/4. Try that again. 7 3/4. Seven 3/4. Right on the money for the brace height. So it's not bad. A little shorter, I think. Probably left too many twists in the string, but we can change that really easily by disassembling it and untwisting. So, but shorter brace height, more speed, less forgiving, but more speed. So we're not too concerned about shooting distance as much as we are shooting fast and heavy, small arrows. That's what we like. That's why we went with the recurve. We'll see if the science pays out. Let's take her to the field.